Have you ever wondered what the secret sauce is for nonprofit organizations that thrive through change and emerge stronger, more connected, and more impactful? Well, stay tuned. Rise and shine, leaders. This is Glen Guyton, keynote speaker and workplace trainer. It's time for our executive coffee break. I've got my beverage in hand, and I hope you have yours too. They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your workplace culture and your beverage. I'm drinking coffee, of course, this morning. Leadership matters, so you might as well get good at it. And today I am talking to my nonprofit leaders out there. Love you, nonprofit leaders. Hey, I've given you a week's worth of tips. This is day number 4. Go back and check out the other videos. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I would love if you could do that. Hey, and share this channel with a friend. If you're watching on LinkedIn, go ahead and put something in the comments. Let me know that you are watching, that you are engaged. I appreciate you. But today we're going to go through tips 11. No, we're going to go through tips. What are we doing today? Oh, we're doing tips 16 through 20. That's right. I've already given you the other tips. So tips 16 through 20, one more day, 25 tips total, but I'm going to give you 5 today that should help you as a nonprofit leader to thrive in the midst of change. I want you to come out stronger. I want you to be more connected with your employees, with your teams and your volunteers. And I want you to have an impact, because that's what you do as a nonprofit leader. You impact some type of group, the community. Maybe you are leading an association. I don't know what you're doing, but I know that you are having a positive impact. So tip number 16, build partnerships and alliances. That is so important as a nonprofit leader. The first step in transforming your organization is to extend your reach beyond your immediate circle. Collaboration amplifies impact. Let me say that again. Collaboration amplifies impact. Imagine combining your strengths with those of other organizations, businesses, maybe even the government. It's about sharing resources, knowledge, and networks. Ask yourself, who can we partner with to double our impact? It's a strategic move that fosters innovation and resilience. I'm actually working with a group right now, a university that's getting ready to merge with another university because it's tough out there in the education sector. So they found a regional partner they're going to partner with in hopes to make them stronger, especially financially. So find out what partners you can connect with. You don't have to do everything. What resources can you share? Maybe you can even share a building, but partnerships and alliances are very important for nonprofits, especially. We want to maximize the resources that we have, and sometimes that means you can't go it alone. Find someone to help you out and that you can help. Number 17, we want to prioritize effective communication. I've talked about communication loops in the past, but again, communication is so important. It's the lifeline of any organization, especially during times of change. Knowing how to be an effective communicator. I should actually, well, I'm not going to drop this in the chat, but I do have a program to help with communication, especially when it comes to tough conversations around race and identity. I have some conversation cards. I will put that link in the chat so you can check out my conversation cards if you are having a hard time communicating in some crisis areas. But clear, consistent communication ensures everyone is aligned, informed, and engaged. Develop a strategy that includes regular updates, feedback loops. We talked about that as one of the tips, and open channels. So it's not just about feedback loops, but there is specific communication that you need to have during times of change. And effective communication is two-way. It's about listening as much as it is about conveying information. So work on that communication. It's one of the toughest jobs, I think, as a leader, is to know what to communicate, when to communicate, how to communicate. And you have to be transparent. You really do have to be transparent. I'm a big proponent of this. I don't like hiding information from my team. Why? What does it do? It just creates anxiety and suspicion. Now, sometimes there's some legal things that you're concerned about, or you don't want to get too much information out. I'm not just about sharing everything, like just any old thing, but strategic things you do need to share, especially when change is coming, things that will deeply impact your workforce or your programming. You have to communicate those things and be pretty transparent. The challenge with that is that sometimes people don't have the background information, and they're not going to read the background information. So you have to make sure your headlines are good. People aren't going to read the first 3 or 4 lines of stuff. Some folks will get really in depth, but just clear, simple communication is, in my opinion, best. Don't try to hide stuff. Don't try to delay stuff. We live in the information age. People have the internet. If you don't communicate something, other people will. They're going to feel that message bowl up. You better start putting the things that you want to communicate in that bowl. You better get your communication out before other people do. Number 18, develop a robust change management plan. Change is inevitable, but how we manage it is within our control. Outline the steps of transformation, set clear timelines, define responsibilities, and establish milestones if you're changing things. This plan becomes your roadmap, guiding your team through the uncertainty of change and with clarity and purpose. And I say that a lot, clarity and purpose, but those things are so important. Ensure everyone knows their role in this journey. That's a really good thing to remember. Making sure everyone on your team understands their role. Make sure everyone on your team understands their role and the role in the process. It just makes things so much more harmonious in the workplace. You don't have people stepping on each other's toes. People feel like they have a purpose, but make sure you have really well-defined roles in your change management plan. If you're getting ready to launch something big, everyone needs to know where they stand. Don't ignore that. Number 19, we're getting close. Number 19, measure and celebrate progress. Progress, no matter how small, deserves recognition. I'm reading a couple of books right now that really state that over and over again. I wish I had the book here in front of me, but one book, The Gap in the Gain, that's a really good book. It talks about us being on a hedonic treadmill, and I've mentioned this before, but we have to celebrate milestones. We have to give people check-ins. Regular evaluations not only keep you on track, but also highlight the hard work of your team. Celebrate these achievements when you reach a milestone. And it's not like everybody gets a trophy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just acknowledge when people hit their targets. It boosts morale and gains momentum. And if you have to give them a trophy, give them a trophy. But that's really not what people are looking for. People want some acknowledgement, some recognition. And let these moments of success remind everyone of why the change is worth the effort. You're just bringing people along. When I go run, I have an app. So my Run Keeper app is what I use. I use my Run Keeper app, and I have it set to notify me at every half mile. Now, I could have it notify me of every mile, but to me, that's a little bit long. I get a little bit in my head. I can't adjust my pace if I'm only notified every mile of my journey. I could set it to notify me every quarter mile. That's a little too frequent. I don't need it. It becomes annoying. So I have it for me set it every half mile. I could do it at 0.75 miles, but for me, every half mile is the type of recognition I need when I'm running, where I can adjust my pace. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? This is why we celebrate and measure progress. It's so that people know if they're moving at the right pace. If we wait too long, they could get defeated, they can burn themselves out, they can tire themselves out, or they get too far behind. If you do it too often, it becomes trivial. It becomes that, everyone gets a trophy type thing. So find out what are the key markers that your team needs to stay motivated and keep moving towards progress. We're human beings. I know you give us a paycheck. I know you give us a paycheck and all those things, but there are different ways to motivate your team. And part of it is celebrating progress, acknowledging progress, letting people know where they stand in regards to the things that you want to accomplish in the workplace. All right, number 20, this is a big one for nonprofit organizations. Leverage volunteer talents. Don't abuse your volunteers, but leverage volunteer talents. Never underestimate the power of your volunteers. Their skills, passion, and enthusiasm are invaluable. Engage them in meaningful roles within the transformation process. It's a win-win. Your organization benefits from their talents, and they gain a sense of contribution and fulfillment. And remember, many organizations, your volunteers are your boards. Get them involved in the process. Let them help you. Put them to work. Put those board members to work. Executive director, CEO, put those board members to work. They really care about your organization. They decide to be a part of this. Volunteers are really great because they come and do stuff for free. They take time out of their busy schedule. And so you want to celebrate them, but you want to leverage their talents. And when you build your volunteer base, have some kind of screening process so you know what gifts that they bring. All volunteers aren't created equal, but I think volunteers are valuable no matter what they do in the organization. You just want to put people in the right spots. And so retired people are really great. Teachers in the summer are really great. So there are many talented people that you can pull from. I even volunteer for a board for an association that I'm a part of. I mean, I think it's important. I want to give back to the organization. I don't get paid. I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff to do, but I care about the organization and I want to see it grow and thrive. And so I'm going to lend some expertise to that organization. You can too. They're going to benefit from some work that I did, some really hard work that I did that took years and years for me to develop some processes. They're going to benefit from it. And I'm going to willingly give that time. It's going to save them a lot of time, money, and effort. So leverage those volunteers to bring about the change that you want in your organization. So my challenge for you today, I always try to give you a challenge. Identify one area of your nonprofit that could benefit from a new partnership or alliance. That's a good one, right? That's a good challenge. Who can you partner with? Reach out to a potential partner within the next week. Give yourself some time. I tell you something every day. I tell you to do something. So you're going to have to pick and choose. Get yourself a notebook or something. Write some of these things down. Go back and watch this later. But reaching out to those partners can really be transformative. You may be struggling right now with lack of budget, or lack of expertise. Either one of those things can be solved by the right partnership. And that's the first step towards transformative change. I want you to change. I want you to be better. I want you to do great in your role. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment on this post. And as I close, let's not forget the strength and perseverance that it takes to lead with empathy and inclusivity. Better leaders get better results. So to every one of you leading the change for a more supportive and engaging workplace, I leave you with this. Stay bold, stay inspired, and remember that your actions today shape the culture of tomorrow. My name is Glen Guyton. You have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.